for what Ye's been doing with the swastika is overshadowing what he's really attempting to do.
No, he kind of explains
This
it.
is what
I'm not sure
this
people
is
are
what he's attempting to do. This is what I believe he's attempting to do, knowing how he thinks.
Yo, Vlad, I should chop it up?
They have.
Chop it up, yeah. Chop it up.
Chop it up.
Pieces.
I believe Ye.
But really, X is probably going to be the only place you could do it because you can't do Instagram. Definitely can't do Facebook.
Yeah, you're right.
TikTok might let it rock.
I got somewhere you
TikTok's
can do it.
crazy with the censorship.
What about Rumble?
Too,
Yeah.
No, they're gnarly.
Yeah.
Dystopia.
Snapchat.
What's Rumble saying these days?
Listen.
Yeah.
Listen.
Rumble be down.
We called Rumble.
No,
for
listen.
real.
Truth Social.
They should give you the bag for that.
Dystopia.
That's Rumble, basically.
I know the owners. They'll let you put and they'll monetize it.
Where?
Yeah, it's
Dystopia.
hold on. Wait, hold on.
Owners.
You know,
They
the
don't
only
give a
thing.
fuck.
Hey, listen. Once I did it, I'm
Shout
like,
out to T.
Dystopia.
and this is the only thing I'll say about it. Me deciding to publish it, I have zero financial interest. I don't want to make money. So number one, I'm like, after doing it, I'm like, I'm not putting this on YouTube and putting it on any platform. I'm not looking at any financial opportunity.
I think.
You
Listen.
get what I'm saying? I think this will be an opportunity for the people who care about Kanye and Kanye's opinions. You could judge him in whatever format, and that'll be it. Like, you know
I think
what I mean?
what he's trying to do is devalue the swastika for what we know it to represent, as if people did with the word nigga, how it's just a worldly thing and you could hear it and nobody really cares. I think he's trying to which could lead to a problem for those people that represent and stand behind that, right?
I don't think you get to use that excuse when you're also kind of talking about how the Jews run the world and just ranting against them on a day-to-day basis. In that context, it's easy to take the swastika as meaning something very similar to what Hitler meant with it.
Part of what he tried to explain, he said, listen, you have, and I'll just say, you have other people that really profit off of black pain and they monetize off of it. They're like, you name me an artist that could drop a song through a DSP, have a label that isn't, and he's like, they're monetizing off black pain. He's
but
like,
when he put this up, it's a problem.
But your pain, it becomes a huge problem if I'm exploiting.
Well, here goes the problem.
And again, I'm not saying I agree here.
Here goes the problem with that. Politics. This world ain't ran on right and wrong. And politics will make a right situation wrong and a wrong situation right, depending on the politics of the situation. In the world we live in, especially with entertainment, those politics will never be right amongst the powers that be that push the button for our type of entertainment.
Yeah.
I see what he's trying to do, but it's like it's politically incorrect.
To say the least.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I get what you're saying, but it's the wrong jungle to do it in. But I'm gonna be real. He's the only dude we see get canceled, come back, and doing it, and nobody's making any attempts to do nothing about it. So,
well, he's already kind of been so thoroughly canceled that there's not a lot of things left to
not
really
canceled no
cancel
more.
him from.
But he still got influence.
he came back. They took it and he came back.
He's got a fan base, but it's not like he has
he's
really
still
any
canceled, just
involvement.
successful.
He doesn't
Like,
have involvement with big corporations. That's how you cancel somebody.
How's he canceled when he puts some shit up and it's gone?
No, but that's the one thing they can't take away from him. And they still try. They still try to take it down in the Shopify store. They did, I believe.
They took the Shopify store down.
I'm sure he found another good
You can't
option.
sell swastika T-shirts, man.
The Super Bowl, for sure.
But what he's saying,
any platform would take that
My boy
down.
really got a bust down swastika chain, man.
But
If you allowed that, there would be all kinds of Nazi groups selling shit on that.
But what he's saying is,
on Target, Walmart,
but
none
what
of these
he's
places
saying
you can sell a
is,
swastika shirt on.
you
can't really buy any hate shit for real.
something that say "What's up, cuz?" or "Crip of Blood" or "My nigga" on it.
Who's doing that?
I mean, what the fuck you mean? YG did it, I'm sure, when
Yeah,
my
a black
nigga was
guy.
out. But I'm saying, but this is what he said. Which again, I get what he's saying, but it's not politically correct.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's just not.
I also don't think it's been
not.
explained in that way at all. Like if Kanye were to come out and had stated his mission statement for his swastika merch, maybe people would have been a little sympathetic to the artistic statement he was making, but he didn't. And then he also combined it with him kind of ranting against the Jews, as well as
a lot of his
calling,
vitriol.
calling
How do you
Drake
feel about,
the F slur and all these other
How do
crazy
you
things.
feel about it, bro? You are Jewish.
You are Jewish.
You've been quiet. You've been playing how do you feel about it? Ye ain't gonna never talk to you anyway. So how do you feel about
I've
it?
interviewed Kanye before.
They've gone back and
Oh,
forth.
I don't think right now.
Before Vlad TV.
Because I don't think you would do it.
I would do it. I don't think he would do it.
Okay, well, how do you feel about
If
it?
he walks in the same way he walked in me,
Yeah, I would do it.
With him in the
Damn, for real?
In
Yeah,
the
with
Klansman outfit,
whole getup.
I feel like it would go over even worse
Oh,
with,
no,
with
whole getup.
a person who
We
looks
can
like
talk
us.
about
Yeah.
We can talk about it.
The whole getup.
Whole getup.
as long as the Godfather co-signs it. Yo,
He's
come on,
gonna get
Patron.
hell. A person like us sitting across from a black Klansman outfit. Oh Lord!
Yo, I'm gonna be
Hold on.
honest with you.
Before I answer your question, why do you think it was a black Klansman outfit as opposed to a white Klansman outfit? Because he had posted up a white Klansman outfit with the swastika chain on it.
Yo,
He's a
put it like
fashion
this.
guru.
Yo, put it like this. Yeah. Yo, here's the thing. Yo, I'm telling you, I don't know. Like Kanye is really interesting. Again, I walk into the suite. He's dolo. There's no security light flanking him. I pulled up and I was like, I'm here to see Ye. Like at some hotel. Like if you're on Twitter, when he says, yo, someone knocked on my door and they say, yo, go to a hotel. He tells me what hotel he's at. It's not even like no super security thing. I pull up and I'm like, I'm here to see Ye. They're like, oh, go up to this floor. He's there. He tells me the room number. I knock on it. 1 minute. He pops out. I see the swastika chain. He's like, yo, come on in. And then
it's just him.
Just him.
That's
That
how
kind
he
of says
moves.
a lot. He used to be around like a ton of
No,
collaborators.
no.
Yo, all he
That's how
has
he moves.
is a duffel bag and it had 3 things in it. First of all, he's wearing a Sean John, that shirt he's selling. Shirt. 3 things in it. A black Klans outfit, a white Klans outfit.
Oh, so he got the white one.
Yeah, I don't know why he went black.
This dude.
And then a White Lives Matter T-shirt, which he
Of
took
course.
off his back later.
So he has no non-racist outfit to wear. I mean, White Lives Matter, you can interpret it however you want. The Klansman outfit is a
I
little bit
asked him
more
if he
cut
wore
and
that
dry.
shit out in public yet, and he's like, yo, he
Well, what?
the like Klansman outfit.
Yo,
Yeah,
imagine
he's
how
been
much
out
that
in
would
public.
Yeah, he been out in public.
You know when there's a paparazzi photo of Kanye walking down the street with a Klan outfit?
I don't think he wore that in public.
I ain't seen it.
Ain't nobody.
That's gonna be a moment.
Yeah, I mean, he told me, he was
Let
like,
me
yo,
tell you the
yesterday
most-
I was gonna
Let me tell you the
Go all out
most
onto the
craziest
other
thing I seen.
Can you
him
get
do.
through TSA
Well,
with
but you
that?
know what? To answer your question, I mean, I've
How do you
had
feel about you?
family members killed by Nazis. Like my grandfather's, all his siblings died when the Nazis bombed our city.
You know we share that, right?
Yeah.
We have a lot of our people killed by Nazis
Guy
too.
at Parliament?
That's why it's crazy.
Yeah. So I think it's sad that this is being pushed in this type of way.
Look at Wack face, bro. Look at Wack face.
I think it's sad that this is being pushed in this type of way.
What the fuck?
And I don't know from his
Nigga was disgusted.
point of view, I don't know whether this is like performance art. I'm almost thinking this is kind of what he's thinking at this point. This is performance. I'm going to show y'all how I take the swastika and make it my own and
Make it
monetize it and so forth and get everyone behind it.
Nah, he was definitely different.
What happens when he tattoos it right here on his neck?
What?
Please.
What? What?
Please do that. That would be so crazy.
He told me a story, and he basically said that a lot of what he's saying, he's like, yo, I'm saying it. He's like, I figure out. He's like, people have hurt me, and I figure out what hurts them. What hurts
There you
them,
go.
I'm gonna use it.
There you go.
And he's like, and because the Jay-Z tweet, he quadrupled.
Let
it.
me ask you
man.
something. Did you?
Wait, the Jay-Z tweet, he quadrupled in the interview?
Yeah.
Yeah. He,
Oh.
wow.
God, oh my God, oh my God.
Hell no.
They
Let me
might be
ask you
suing him,
something.
right?
Rock Nation definitely gonna
Did
kill
you
you.
feel like you were having 3 to 5 different conversations with him at one time, and you had to keep up with which conversation he was at, where he was in? 'Cause that's what he does.
Hey.
I can keep up with him. It's weird. That's when I knew I was weird, because I can really keep up with
When's
him.
the last time Kanye did like an interview, not Justin LeBoy interview?
A couple years ago when he was like supposed to do Vlad and No Jumper, he did like a bunch of he did
did
Alex
Drink Champs?
Jones.
Drink Champs,
But
right?
I don't think he sat down, with anybody hip hop.
Jason
And-
Lee.
Well, he does the shit with Justin LeBoy.
He did Jason Lee
I
too.
don't know if that counts.
He did Jason Lee because I set that one up.
No, but that was a while ago.
That was all
that was
still,
2022,
almost
2023.
3 years
The
ago.
only precursor I would say here, and this is very unlike any interview I've ever done, because everybody know I run my mouth. They call me Akademiks. It's all good. This right here was more of a Kanye stream of consciousness being slightly, gauged or like, hey, okay, what about this? more than it's a lot of rants and tangential things where you could tell like it's so passionate for him. And again, it's kind of like, you know, the optics on it. So I'm watching again. He has the hood on, so I could only see his eyes, and I could just see how some of these things like really bother him. Like even when I threw it back to him, pause, extra pause. When I said, well, you're talking about Kris Jenner, and you're talking about Kim Kardashian like that, but it feels like you're not taking accountability.
Yeah.
You picked her, and
That's a fact.
He fought for her.
Yeah,
That was his dream girl.
Yeah, and that those are the moments where, like, I could just see it in his eyes. You know what I mean? Like
The
he's
pain?
just not only pain, but it's just like so passionate.
Mm.
Like even the Carti stuff. Like and one thing I
That's
say
gonna
with
be
him,
gold.
yo, he's like really whatever you see on Twitter, he's actually saying.
He said he's gonna ruin Carti's life.
Yo, he's like, yo, that was my last heartbreak.
Do you guys think he went too far
Yes.
when he mentioned the thing about Jay-Z's
Yes.
youngest child?
Yeah. You don't need to talk about kids, bro.
I feel like that might be
Daughters.
the worst thing that I've ever
Jay-Z's youngest kid is retarded?
seen a celebrity put out there into the universe.
Now you know what he's doing. What
Well,
I think
he said that
he said
that Kim sex his black children.
no,
Very
no, no.
much belongs in the same category. Yeah.
no. I think what he said about
that's his
sex trafficking.
But he's using a very expansive definition of to include like modeling, right?
So here goes the thing, right?
To
Just-
say
just-
sex
just to shoot him some bail.
trafficking-
on
No,
that
he
one.
thinks the exploitation of younger kids, whether you're their parents or not, if you're having them taking risque photos, you're exploiting their sexuality, and that is sex trafficking to him.
And he's previously said that he didn't like that Kim was doing all these TikToks with her and all this
That
shit.
was
See
a
the
while
Andrew
back.
Tate
I agree, because that's the father by the end of the day.
thing.
Do you
and
think?
that she allegedly rushed her kids out of there because she heard the Tate brothers.
Do you
were gonna
think there's
meet
any
up
truth
with-
to that? What he said
Sure.
about
Oh.
Jay-Z's kids?
Oh, I mean, I ain't even seen the kids.
We're asking if they're
Probably.
That's my point.
mentally disabled.
Yeah.
Well, maybe if I'd seen them, I
Hold
would
on,
have a better
I'm gonna be
answer.
honest
I
with
don't
you,
know.
That's my point.
because I talked
Because isn't Beyonce like 40? If she having kids now, them kids gonna come out with complications.
to him afterwards, and I was just like, yo, yeah,
I don't.
bro, bro, we gotta leave the kid. And he was just like, what I'm saying is the truth.
That's
And right there, I was just like,
It makes sense because like if Beyonce had a late pregnancy, like 38, and she just had a kid, bro, that kid go be slow.
I'm just going. He's like, if you could tell me different, tell me different. But I know something you don't know, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
because here it goes, right? This is a situation where if you're saying that, right, you could really be sued about it.
And
Unless
that
it's
seems like
true.
that could become. That's been discussed that might become.
But unless it's true, you can't sue him if it's true. And if he forcing,
Yo, he definitely holds little things. He's like, yo, he gets into a part where he's talking about Northwest, and he's like, it's like all I wanted. He's like, this is the only family I have, and it's my actual blood. And he brings it back to Carti, and he says, you know, someone like, he said, this is a girl that's privileged, and she could get whatever she wants, and she's like, you know, look who her father is, and it's like, at school though, it's cool when Playboi Carti says, hey, I want to do a song with you. But he's like, the reason I go that hard for my kids is because my daughter, when Carti does that and I disapprove, she tells me, if you don't like Carti, I don't like Carti. And basically, he just said, this is the only, and like he almost basically said
she's
that
with him.
this is the only semblance of family he has. That's why when he's talking about his kids, like, he don't care about Cam, all these other people in the industry. He cares about his direct blood lineage. And that might kind of have like this correlation to, you know, maybe how people felt like everything happened since his mother died. Like, he really feels like those are the only people who are always for him, because what he talked about half the time was like, these people use me. It's like, yo, look what I did for Ty Dolla $ign. Look what I did for John
Ty
Legend.
used
John Legend.
He's done with Ty, huh?
The only reason he said he's done with Ty is because Ty said, like, I don't
He
condone
put
any
out a
form of hate
statement,
speech.
yeah. It's
And
kind of
Ye-
a
Ye
vague
was
statement.
betrayed
It wasn't
because
really
he's a
the
hate speech
denouncement
advocate.
There's
that
probably some other shit in the background too that niggas aren't really privy to.
he's acting
So
like it is.
why did Ty even speak on it? Why he just didn't stay quiet?
These guys got
he
so
gives
much
some
pressure on
context.
him,
No,
you
no,
know?
he gives some
She
context.
did a whole album with him after he was doing all that.
No,
She was
no,
like-
no, he gives some
No, that was
context.
prior.
No.
That album happened previous.
Yeah, it's previously.
But he's been tweaking for a minute.
No. He gave some context. He said, I had a conversation with Ty. And he said Ty told him, yo, they're on my head. I got to say something. And he said him and Ty agreed that Ty was going to put something out to the effect of, hey, I love everybody, but Kanye's racist. It was something actually worse. And instead, he said...
He said that?
Yo, he said...
He didn't say that. He just said, I love everybody.
Yeah, no.
It was like a
That's the thing.
nerfed version of that.
So Kanye said they had that agreement. Kanye said, I'm on a plane. And he hits me and I tell him that. He said, before I could land, when I look at what I agreed that he could put up, which is worse, but it absolves him, if he claims he has to say something, because that's his big thing. He's like, yo, you guys don't have to agree with me, but all the people who I've helped, I got you $7 million. Jim Jones, you got $2 million off of me. You got all you guys now want to just turn your back on me. He said by the time he landed, he said for him, when he looked at Instagram, he was speaking just like how some people usually express that they love everyone. And he's like, oh, so what we agreed to do, which I understood you. You didn't want to do. You wanted to do it to appease other people who were putting you against you. So fuck you. That's his demeanor to it. And I mean, he pointed out several instances from Travis, you know what I mean, Carti. You know, he's like, yo, listen, we have music going, and you guys don't end up putting it on there. He's like, Travis reworks 4 songs when I fucking helped him, and he brought him out to Wyoming, and he does it without me. When all of these are like my kids.
But here's the thing with Ye, right?
He's really passionate about what he puts out.
Eventually, in the process of being Ye's friend, if you're doing it for a long period of time, he's so controversial and he's so a leader with himself and his thoughts, he's eventually going to do something that you just simply can't do. And at that point in time, he's going to label you disloyal.
A sellout.
Get what I'm saying?
Ty Dolla $ign is like Fresh.
What?
From Fresh and Fit?
Because Fresh is along for the ride with Myron. And,
he's the one Fresh with
you know,
Fresh.
he
Okay.
doesn't really want to be sitting next to the guy who's talking about how Hitler was cool and 6 million didn't really die and all this shit. And Fresh is like, he's just...
Myron say that?
Myron says everything under the sun, pretty much. Yeah, at a certain point. And you can tell that Fresh doesn't like it, but Fresh is kind of along for the ride. But Fresh has not really denounced Myron in the way that Ty Dolla $ign kind of made his statement.
Yeah, I think that's basically what he said. He said, just don't speak against me.
Right.
He's like, yo, it's like you have people like John Legend. I put on a red hat, you know. He said, this guy's start going against me. Even Pusha T.
I gotta piss. You guys gotta do this alone for a second.
Anyway, I mean, what else going on, man?
Hey,
Did you see the Yellow Beezy thing?
No, I didn't
that's
see that.
crazy.
Wait,
Capital murder, huh?
yeah, no, the
Who's
capital
being
murder.
charged with?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No way.
I mean,
They say he paid off the killers of Mo 3, right?
Whoa.
I talked to Rainwater. Rainwater said
Damn.
it been there. He just wasn't going to speak on it until it was spoke on.
yeah, I've been.
So I guess whoever whoever the chick was, right? I guess whoever was tied to that, whatever they was all tied in, that was kind of crazy, man. I hate to see that. Damn, man, like Yellow Beezy, you know, good dude, but gee whiz, it looked like
Gee
somebody
whiz.
got tired of doing time and talked.
It feel like hip hop is on edge right now. I see Bobby Shmurda, who has been incarcerated for gang related charges before. He just came out and be like, "Oh, hey, just a reminder, I'm not in the gang." It feels like people are kind of almost seeing another sweep happen, right? Where, you know, obviously a lot of the LA Rolling 60 stuff that isn't all rap stuff, but then when you see the situation with Yellow Beezy and other things, and there's a lot of like criminal things popping up. People are, you know, I think people are always surprised when they think something is left in the past, because I think a lot of people have felt like, you know, the guy who killed Mo 3, the guy who ran down on him on the highway, he got charged.
right.
You know?
but I always
Yeah,
thought it
you're
was
right.
over a girl.
So people thought it was done.
So he must have told who paid.
They're not hearing Vlad at all.
Perhaps.
See, but is that legitimate, or is that, hey, let me make
For them to
up
arrest him?
let me make up a get out of jail free card? Oh, you know, Yellow Beezy paid me.
I
I'm
thi-
now ready to talk about it.
No.
Well, nah, they ain't gonna.
He's the
Murder's the
bigger
easiest
name.
case to beat. He got to have something to prove that.
No. To what you're saying exactly,
Yeah.
Vlad. When you said it was over a girl, you'd be surprised how many situations. Like when men get into it. But sometimes the very initial part of disrespect are part of it. Like even again with Kanye. Kanye was just like, he's like, Act. Let me put this in your perspective. This guy doesn't put me on his album when we did music together. Okay? I was there. The records that you see on there, the Thug record, this record, I was there when it happened. We worked in the studio. He doesn't put me on his album for whatever reason. But then he's on the album rapping about a brand that I was stiffed out of, Skims, that my baby mama owns, but he knows I don't get along with my baby mama. It's like if you're my friend, why are you even acknowledging my baby mama? So my baby mama posts your stuff, and you repost it, and then you add even more disrespect when you say, you left me off the album, when you say, yo, send me Kanye's daughter's vocals. So you're trying to do a song with my daughter, but you wouldn't do one with me. Again, when people have issues, and that's what I'm trying to say, it's like, it starts over the little disrespect. If that escalated, no one's going to be like, oh, that's exactly why, but it adds to disrespect. So sometimes it could be like Wack has a woman and somebody tries to talk to that woman after it's already known, hey, that's Wack's woman. If it ends up getting extra bad, it's not like Wack did that over the woman. It's because you disrespected me.
Right, but here's the thing overall, right? A whole bunch of people are turning against you, and you're looking at them as them being disloyal, as opposed to saying they would have been in the exact same place had I not been acting crazy in public.
But it's not acting crazy to him. I'm saying to him, Vlad.
That's
what
cool.
I'm saying to him, it's not. Does he see it as that? He doesn't see it as acting crazy.
Hey,
I'm just telling you.
Everyone else sees it a certain way.
Okay, so let's just take the Jewish part out. Hey, all my black friends, I'm promoting a Klan outfit right now.
Right.
No, that's why
Come
I
hang
said.
out with me and do music together.
To a lot of black people, the
That's a
Klan
shock.
is a real memory in their
Hell
family
yeah.
lineage that either they
Listen.
or their parents or their grandparents
That's a fact.
had to deal with. That shit is deeply offensive to a fuckload of people in his world, his
I definitely
fan
think that's
base.
shock value.
Black, Jewish,
Asian.
Latino, and whites, because some whites, the Aryan nations, the Nazi low, like the guy, they're taking it offensive. That like it's a black dude
But
playing.
listen,
with
I interviewed Dominique Wilkins.
Huh?
When he did not enroll in the school that everyone wanted him to enroll in.
Oh shit, this nigga.
A cross was burned on his front yard.
Damn.
And his family had to leave town and move somewhere else.
This is real
This is
shit to a
someone
lot
who's
of
alive
Americans.
right now,
Yeah.
who has a statue in Atlanta right now, has been affected by the Klan. Firsthand. Todd Bridges from Different Strokes. Racists were mad because it's two black kids with a white girl. Remember that show?
Mm-hmm.
People had a problem with it. Cross burned in his front yard. Like, these are people that are alive right now. It's not like we could, oh, that's from the 1600s. There's no Klan anymore.
You know what Ye's gonna tell you? It's time for a change.
Time for a change.
That's what he gonna tell, and he feels like he's the one that can change. Bro, I know him. I flew around with him. I kicked it with him, like, to understand him.
All right.
It's listen.
He said, yeah, all
it's
right.
really Ye's
Nigga
world.
hit that blue face.
Yes, it's his world.
Straight up.
No, he's-
Yo,
hey,
Adam,
listen, he-
you know what I mean? You go back and forth,
Okay.
and I'd be like, you know what? You got a point. You got a
Yeah,
point.
yeah, no, it's his-
There's no points.
Yeah.
It's just how he sees it, what his mission is, what his objective is,
Right.
and that's it.
Right.
Either
Like
you're
I
with
said,
it
the whole
or you're
thing
not.
is a performance art.
I think he's
No,
like,
no, I really think
he's
he's
serious.
No, he's
No, he's
def-
serious.
Listen, sir.
He's serious,
Hey,
Vlad.
You know how he explained everything that he's doing? He said, listen, he said, I'm the closest thing to God on earth.
What, nigga?
And he says, what happens is I look at all the people I've blessed. Said God does that too. And when you don't
I'm the closest thing to God on
see
earth.
respect being paid back, he said, God, he said, read the Bible, and he quotes some scriptures. He says, God tells you he's an angry God. He's a God who's jealous. When you are, and he admits to having those traits in why
He got a God
how
complex.
he's responding and how he's responding to people. also he hates, you know, and I think, you know, it's a lot of hurt there, but he's like, ironically, like right after we do the interview, you know, I hate to even like bring this up, but like, because he brings up certain stuff about Carti. He's like, think about this. He's like, we have 3 woman beaters and like and 2 alleged pedophiles. He's
What?
like, well, he's like, Drake is the biggest artist in the world. R. Kelly's in jail. He says whenever they're done with Drake, they're gonna use that Kendrick song, get some allegations, they're gonna put him in jail.
I called that one.
Basically, he was saying that, what's the difference? He said, Puff, he's beaten women, he's done whatever. He's like, but Carti has done whatever. Which ironically, right after we're done with the interview, I look up the fucking video of, which, you know, Carti
beating up his pregnant girlfriend.
and supposedly his, you know, baby mama, supposedly put hands on her or whatever.
There's a
Body
video of him choking the pregnant
cam. No,
girlfriend.
it's a body cam. It's a body cam.
Well,
What
I
you
mean,
mean
there's also
supposedly?
the
Is
Ruby
that
Rose.
what you saw?
The Ruby Rose.
Ruby
and
Rose
shit.
made some.
Is that what you
Ruby
saw?
Rose said he shot at her.
No.
Damn.
Did you
in
see
my-
him
in
put
my
hands on her?
No.
Cause we gotta stop watering down what the women go through, bro. If we see it and it's happening,
No.
you did that. Nobody give a fuck about you being a rapper, bro.
No, it's a body cam. It's a body cam of the police responding to the domestic dispute where she's claiming that. She's saying I'm pregnant and this happened.
Wack's gonna say
But-
that she
but-
could be lying.
Yeah, no, hold on.
Yeah.
It's not about
At
that. It's
this
not about
point
that.
in time, I'm saying if they had
And-
video of him putting
Yo.
hands on
Yeah,
the other hand.
Well, then it would be open
every
and
so
shut.
often, Playboi Carti's lawyers hit us up and asked us to take down the Ruby Rose.
Oh.
They
video.
still consistently hit you up.
Not consistently, but every few years I get this. And my whole thing is I'll just point them to TMZ article and say, look, there's a domestic dispute.
Do they want to pay you to take it down?
What's
Tell
that?
them pay me what I made the last 10 years, so and I'll take it down. He might.
Yeah, in context, he's looking at it like this.
You know what I mean?
He was banging her when she was underage too, and she basically acknowledged that to him as
Damn, for real? Damn, Carti?
well.
Yo,
I think she might have said it in my interview
Wait,
as well.
what was
That
that?
Ruby Rose basically acknowledged that Carti was fucking her when she was underage, right?
What? No. What state?
No.
Atlanta, I assume.
Atlanta 16.
I think that's been out there. I think she said it about Travis Scott,
Atlanta
right?
16.
You had this
Yeah,
clip.
Travis Scott fucked her when she was younger.
There was a clip that she did on
How old
Vlad
she say
TV
she was,
about
bro?
dating Travis Scott and I think 21 Savage.
Yo,
Yeah.
Vlad,
Carti
I'm
was in there.
gonna tell you this.
Nah,
This is a hidden clip where I think it's in some of my archives. You know, I've been streaming for like about 15 years, and I'm glad that this clip isn't like still public. Where before any outlet, this is way before you even knew him. She came. We were just like trying to get like attractive women on the stream, and she was telling us about. She literally admitted. She was like, "Yo, these 4 rappers slept with me underage."
Mhm.
Oh,
Who?
She verbatim says it.
Ruby Rose.
Whoa.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And I'm
She was
glad
in-
I'm glad that video isn't, you know, again, not that I'm not defending nobody, nothing like that. But
She was underage in the Bad and Bougie video.
What does that mean? So
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just saying it's
in the
kind of out of the
video.
ordinary,
Hold on,
right?
bro,
Just
hold on.
typically when you watch a
She
video,
Oh, no, I think she was above age.
you don't really worry about that,
It's
right?
just-
Just in the
Black,
video, she
in
doing
the one
something
where
in the
she
video.
came
No,
on my
I'm just
stream,
saying she was
Yeah,
in
that
there.
She
don't
came
mean
on my
nothing.
stream, like she was basically trying to like gaslight a little bit like what you were doing in your interview. Essentially,
Whoa.
she got off the stream and the whole chat was calling her out, and I'm like, yeah, I know she was lying. She was still watching, and she called me back and she said, listen, all right, I'll tell you the truth. And she literally just admitted to like, hey, yeah, I did, you know, when I was 16, when I dealt with this guy, I dealt with this guy. And it was
She's
all
from
rappers.
Georgia.
Well, I don't know.
That's
She's
good.
from like
Georgia,
Yeah.
but she was talking
16
about
is
rappers.
the legal age of consent in Georgia.
And that's what I thought, because she did that maybe a year or two before before you even got to her on my
Not to
stream.
say I condone it, but Georgia, Jersey, it's a lot of Nevada, legal age of consent. is
That's why I
16.
thought she was kind of like, she was doing an interesting posturing move where she knows exactly, like if you don't want to say that, don't hint to it.
Yeah.
Because in the past, and again, I'm glad, I think this is a buried file. I hope nobody finds it. Shit, I think I've even tried to go find that clip, like, just to like look at him like, yo, I can't believe she turned into someone, because now it's gonna matter if later on she was like, and that's why I said what I said. Like, at some point, if that OnlyFans money ever run out,
Yeah.
she's coming out with, hey, all these rappers she's named, at that point were like
The book.
up and coming.
She's gonna write a book.
It was up and coming.
Well, someone
All
else is
these
gonna write a
rappers
book.
now are huge superstars.
Right.
Yeah.
oh shit.
Which
Damn.
Just pray that OnlyFans money keep going.
She got a good nest
If
egg.
not, she finna get
She
y'all.
might get wiped up, man. You never know.
She can still tell.
You never know.
Shit.
She might go.
If a documentary series come out and want to give her
But,
like
but
some
would
sex,
people really give a fuck about like, hey, Travis Scott was like 20 banging Ruby Rose when she was 16, and this was like 15 years ago?
yes.
In
You
this
think people are
climate-
really gonna
Yes, bro. They got R. Kelly for that.
care? I
in
mean,
this climate? Hell yeah.
No,
It,
in the right
it ain't
circumstances.
gonna matter if they were in Georgia or a state where the legal
well, that
age
means there would be no
consent,
charges.
They're
Sure.
good.